Hello again, welcome back to Silo. If you've been tuning into the past couple of posts, this is the final edition in a quick series around deep breathing. So if this is the first one you're seeing, then I would fully suggest you go back, have a look through some of the earlier pieces, because they build up towards this one. So you're probably not going to be in a great place to understand what I'm talking about if you haven't seen the other ones. And this is a fairly advanced sequence of breathing which requires you to kind of build up towards this final piece. So if you've seen the other posts, we started out just generally covering the idea of deep breathing like a child, using your stomach, allowing your stomach to inflate as your lungs expand, allowing your lungs to push down from your rib cage, and then also bringing your stomach muscles into the process to help push the air out of your lungs and draw it back in afterwards, just to build this kind of sequence of breathing in and breathing out, and allowing your lungs to expand naturally, getting away from that kind of false impression that your lungs, although they sit behind your rib cage, it's not really a rib cage that expands when you breathe in. Your lungs actually expand down the way towards your stomach. So we looked at that whole idea of pulling your stomach muscles in, pulling your belly button in towards your spine to push the air out of your lungs, and then relaxing your stomach and your stomach muscles as you breathe in to allow your lungs to expand again. And what we're going to do now is kind of do that same sequence, but we're going to bring in a count. And again, this is one of these things you can build up to. So once you've done a wee bit of deep breathing in preparation, slowed your heart rate down, got your breathing to a fairly normal pace, take a note of that count. Whether it's 2 or 3 seconds breathing in, and then the same for breathing out. It might be a little bit more. It's not a competition, you're not trying to hold it for as long as possible, and you'll see later on it as we bring this into the sequence, it's actually a little easier sometimes if you have a slightly shorter count to begin with. But say you choose a count of 3. What I want you to do is breathe in for a count of 3, inflate your lungs, allow your stomach to expand, and then hold it for a count of 3. So hold that maximum amount of air in your lungs, all that oxygen, keep it in your body, give it that same count of 3, and then breathe out, expel that air as hard as you can for a count of 3. Really draw your stomach in towards your spine, flatten your stomach as much as you can, push that air right out. When you think you can't breathe out anymore, try and blow a bit further so it feels like your lungs are completely deflated, and then hold that again. Hold your stomach muscles tight, leave that air completely out of your system, and hold that for a count of 3. So, to recap, we breathe in for 3, hold it for 3, breathe out for 3, and hold that for 3. So it's 4 steps. In and hold, and out and hold. And again, like with all the breathing exercises, this is possibly bringing in an awful lot more oxygen than your body is used to in one go. It's helping to push out some of the toxins. It's helping to flood your lungs with the maximum amount of air. It's really helping that whole respiratory circulation, helping it to improve, helping to draw more of that good oxygen in, helping to get rid of any stagnant air in your lungs. And if you think of those 4 steps as one cycle, I would maybe do no more than 4 or 5 cycles of that, and then give yourself a rest. Again, be prepared that you might go a bit lightheaded, you might feel a little dizzy from the experience. It's quite natural, it's quite normal. And you'll get used to that. And as you get used to it, you might want to increase the count, take it up to 4 or 5 perhaps. As I said before, it's not a competition. You're not trying to see how long you can hold it for. You're not going for any kind of free diving records or anything ridiculous like that. You're just helping to bring in the maximum amount of oxygen into your body, helping to circulate that, helping to improve your focus, and hopefully reduce your stress. I hope that helps.